it's the cats, whether it's a car or a plane or a train or my neighbors, it never fails. At least 2 or 3 times throughout the video, something happens. It's just crazy. But anyway, I am hoping to be able to get through this video this time completely without any weird things happening, because this is the only time that I have to film today, and I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to have any time for the next 2 or 3 days to film. So I'm hoping to get at least a couple of videos out of this time. I have been with my brother and my mom for, I don't know, the last few hours, last 3 or 4 hours. I had mentioned, I guess a few weeks ago, that he was looking for a house to buy, and I told you all that he found a house that he was just in love with, but when he had the inspection done, a lot of things came back that were not good, and so it was just going to be way too much work, and there were things in the house like black mold that you just do not even want to get into a house with that. It would just be a big headache to get rid of all of that, and he just decided to look for somewhere else, and he found a place, and it's completely different from the first house. It's a lot smaller and a lot older, but as far as condition goes, it's in great condition. The only things that need to be done are just some updates. I think the house was built in the 70s, and it's got wood paneling on the walls, and it's super dark, so it makes the house look really dark. And I think the first thing he's going to do once he moves in is to paint that paneling and lighten up the place. So we're going to help him do that. That's going to be one of the first things after he moves in. So hopefully, if all goes well, he will be moving within the next couple of weeks. Fingers crossed. I know he got so excited last time about the first house, and then it kind of fell through at the end. So I know my brother really well, and I know he's excited, but he's not showing it like he did the first time, because I think he just does not want to get his hopes up, and then something happened at the end, with this house. It was kind of a strange situation with this one, because his realtor knew the family. It belonged to an older man who had passed away, gosh, months ago, probably 3 or 4 months ago. And I guess the house had been left to someone in his family, in his will, and so they listed the house, and it's been sitting there for a few months now. So my brother made an offer on it after he looked at it the first time, and they found out that whoever it was that was in charge of the previous owner's estate had not even filed the paperwork with the courts to, I guess, let them know that they were the estate executor, and just that process that you have to do through probate court, where you file the paperwork and then they run an ad in the paper and all of that good stuff. So they had not done that yet. So they are in the process of letting that, the ad run and all of that, and I believe they're maybe like 2 weeks away from all of that being finished. So we're hoping that nothing strange happens in the meantime, but if all goes well, the house should be his fairly soon, and I'm really excited. He told me that he was going to hire me to be his interior designer, which I thought was kind of funny. I love doing stuff like that. He laughs about our house because he says it's so well decorated, and I don't know about that. I just kind of have a vision for our house, and Chris always lets me just kind of do what I want with it, and he says he likes it, so I'm assuming that he does. I think he'd be honest with me and let me know if he did not. But in speaking about that, I promise you guys, I'm going to do a house tour one of these days. I just have not figured out when, and I've not figured out exactly how I'm going to do it. I don't know if I want to film it or if I just want to take pictures and then talk about, each each picture. I'm leaning more towards filming though, so that's probably what will end up happening. But hopefully sometime during this summer I will get that done. I'd like to wait until all of our flowers are blooming outside in the front beds, just so I can, kind of show you guys that part of the house, because that's something I am really proud of. We spent a lot of time planting things and just taking care of things, so it's really, really pretty in the spring and especially during the summer. So I'll probably wait until everything's blooming. So I think I will go ahead and get started with the unintelligible whispering. I think I'll do like an ear-to-ear version of that. I know a lot of people do not like ear-to-ear for whatever reason, but hopefully this will be okay for the majority of you. first started out, a lot of my videos were like that, and now it's closer, and there's really no specific reason why it's like that. I just prefer to film like this now. I feel like that's just what I want to do. People have said all kinds of things like I no longer want to show my face, or it would be more effective if I do further back so they could see more of my face and my body, but honestly, that's not going to happen. For me, ASMR 99.9% of the time is just about the sounds and listening. The majority of the time when I have a video up, I really don't even watch it. A good portion of the time I just listen to it, unless they're, showing something specific, and then of course I'll watch it. But if it's just someone whispering or doing mouth sounds or, something like that, I rarely actually watch the video. But yeah, there's nothing weird going on. I have no problem showing my face. As you guys can see, I still, kind of do that from time to time. And I still have my old videos up. If I had some kind of issue or I didn't want you all to see what I looked like, then I would have taken those down. And I also would not have my pictures on my Facebook page. So I just kind of thought that was a little silly, but there have been a good handful of people who have made comments like that just lately for some reason. And I don't know why. It's just been all of a sudden, because I've been filming like this for months now, but I don't know. So I just thought that I would talk about that just for a little while, since I keep getting questions and comments about it. But I think for the most part it's okay. I've only had, like I said, a handful of people that have complained or have suggested that I do things differently, but like I said, for me, this is the way that I want to film for now. And if I want to film, further back later, then I'll do that. Who knows? I might change